Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Not sure if anyone can hear me yet or you can see me yet. Yay! Hey, Joe. Hey, sugar. How's it going? How's everyone this lovely Saturday morning? So I will tell you, I'm kind of excited because this live is a little different. I'm using my digital camera to stream with, so I don't have to use my phone. It doesn't mess with me. Nice. Oh gosh. I was telling Stacy this morning that when I literally first woke up today, I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And for me, that's sleeping in. I was like, woohoo, I slept in. Yay. Oh gosh, I love her. She's the best, isn't she? Oh, what are you doing tonight, Joe? Where are you working tonight? But I love using the digital camera, y'all, because I can see everything in my laptop. There's no delay because it's streaming from my laptop using my digital camera as the webcam. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I freaking love it. Ow. I just banged my hand. What the hell? So it was funny. I was talking to Stacy yesterday, Sugar. It was during the day, and I was telling her like how frustrated I was last time with the camera and not being able to have it go horizontal, because for some things I think you need it to be horizontal. It's easier like when you're showing like doing the swatching, like, and you're trying to show more of your table. I feel like it's easier for me if I'm horizontal. So I was so frustrated, and I was like, damn, I wish I could use my digital camera that way. And then I was, oh, I love it, karaoke. I'm trying to convince them to do karaoke for our company Christmas party this year. I highly doubt they will, but I think it'd be funny as hell. But so I was telling Stacy, I was like, dang, I wish I could figure out how to do my camera, because I have a nice Sony. And I'm like, all right, I'm sure I can figure this out. And I literally went online. It is the easiest thing in the world. It took like 3 seconds to set up the camera. The hardest part, I will say, is trying to figure out, because you have to do the live. You have to set it up using your laptop because it's streaming through my webcam. Okay, these gloves don't want to go on. You need an open bar if you do carry. Oh, trust me, we do have an open bar. That is one thing. The company I work for an automotive company, an automotive manufacturing company. I don't work for a dealership. I work for the actual corporation. And that is one thing that I will tell you, they do not ever skimp on, is the open bar. We don't ever have to worry about it. Okay, someone needs to invent gloves that have super long fingers for people like me who either have really long fingers to start out with or who wear really long nails, because this shit annoys the hell out of me. The hell out of me. Anyways, but I was saying it took like no time at all to get the camera set up to the laptop to use that as a webcam. And then the hardest part was trying to figure out how to set up the live through the laptop, because I'd never done that before. And I'm like, so then I finally got that done. And then I'm like, okay, great. I'll go on my phone. I'll get that link and I'll share it. Yeah, it doesn't show up on your phone. So you have to get the link from the laptop, then go share it that way. It's kind of like cray cray. Yeah, it's just a regular USB, a micro USB cord. It looks like, here, I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. So one end plugs into my camera. So the micro USB-C plugs into my camera. And then this just plugs into my laptop. And then on my laptop, I just changed the default camera from the one on the computer to using my Sony. It was so easy. I was so surprised. Oh gosh, seriously, you have to have an abundance of alcohol if you're going to plan these things for like work events, crap ton of alcohol and good food. Luckily, sometimes depending on how things are going in the automotive industry as a whole, they will sometimes put us up at a hotel and we get a free hotel room, but sometimes not. So it just all depends. Oh, it's a good picture. Good. I'm glad. And for me, the nice thing I'll tell you is normally when I use my phone, then I will go with my computer on my laptop and I'll go in my live that way through YouTube so I can see the chat, right? I don't have to do that doing it this way. So there's no delay for me. Like when I'm moving my hands around like this, normally if you do lives, you know there's a delay if you're going in and you're using two different devices. But since everything is on one, no laptop. Do you have a mic that can go on? Yep, I sure do. I have multiples. Do I sound okay? Can you hear me all right? I have, I think, 3 different wireless mics. Three? Do I have 3? I have 2 for the camera, 1 for the phone. Oh, good. Yes, I do. I'll show you which ones. Normally for my phone, or my laptop, I use these. And honestly, they were it was like $30 off of Amazon. I did upgrade and get these and I'm charging them now. So hopefully, because sometimes I feel like the sound sounds a little not the greatest with these, but honestly, like I said, I think these actually might have been $19.99 now that I think about it. But yeah, I always use those when I'm using my Sony, as long as I make sure they're charged. And then for my iPhone, I don't know if you can see them that well. I use those for the iPhone. And these are awesome. I got these off of Amazon. These are amazing. The case charges them for you. They're incredible. I've heard they're very, very good. The Rode mic, I've heard that. Absolutely. Is Miss Stacy here? Did I miss her showing up? I was literally just talking to her a few minutes before this started. Hi, Jessica. I'm very excited. You're going to be getting something soon. Okay, yeah. Gosh only knows where she is. She will be here shortly, I'm sure. Okay, so today I'm going to try to keep it to 90 minutes. I'll be honest. I have so many things I want to get filmed today for y'all that I feel like if I can keep this to 90 minutes, I think that'll be a good time frame for what I want to get done and like what I want to talk about. Stacy, you're here. Yay. What I want to talk about, but then I also want to tell you about some things that are gonna happen soon. I was talking to Dulce last night. Love her to death. Girlfriend is the best. It's like 6:30 there. I do not. Oh, she's there. Hello, Dulce. I was just talking about you. Hello, love. Okay, so last night I was talking to Dulce and we were just talking about some stuff of like lives and things like that. And can I just tell you, girlfriend gave me the most incredible idea, y'all. When she told me, I was literally so freaking excited about it. I could not even, I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it's like 6:30 in the morning, isn't it by you, Dulce? Is it 6:30 or 7:30? But so I was talking to Dulce last night and she was like, you know, it would be really cool. And I don't know if you all, 7:30. Okay. All right. So it's not as horrible as I thought it was. I was telling them that I actually slept in today, Dulce. I slept until 5. Yay, that's sleeping in for me. Man, I got to get this sleeping thing figured out. Anyway, I was talking to Dulce last night. And if you don't know, I'm sure most of you know, I do the roulette nails every other week, right? So every other week we spin the wheel, we see what our nail designs are going to be. And then in 2 weeks, we drop our videos on our nails, all of that. So Dulce gave me the best idea ever though, y'all. She's like, you should do one live. And I'm like, well, I've drawn one live before. And she's like, no, do a roulette nail live. So me and one other person. So whoever wants to do it with me, Stacy has already volunteered to do my very first one. We are going to do a dual live. So Stacy and I together, and we're going to do a live roulette nail. So we will spin the wheel, see what comes up, and we will make one nail each for you on a live. How freaking fun does that sound? I'm like, when Dulce told me, I was like, oh my God, that is the best idea ever, 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 ever. Okay, sugar, you definitely, absolutely. But yeah, so I was like, so what I want to do is, I was talking about doing the true crime every other Saturday. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do true crime one Saturday, then we'll skip the next Saturday. Then that next Saturday will be roulette nails. So we'll do one true crime and one roulette nails a month. I think that is going to be so much fun. I can't even tell you how excited. When she told me, I was just like, oh my gosh. I was literally, I wish it would be funny if you heard my voice messages back to her. I probably sound like ridiculously overly excited, but I just thought it was the greatest idea ever. I'm telling you, Dulce has fabulous ideas. She and I were talking last night and she came up with like 2 or 3 and I was like, girl, you got some damn good ideas. So very, very good. Super excited about that. Okay, so we're going to do swatching today and we're going to do some true crime. But before we get into it, what we're going to swatch are all of my palettes. So I have a whole crap ton of these little palettes. I'm sure everyone has seen them. This one's a little messy. But I have all these palettes. So we're going to swatch those. We're going to swatch the ones I have not swatched already because I already swatched a crap ton of them. I can't even like tell you. So before we get started, I just figured I'd show you the ones I have and what I've already swatched so you can kind of see what the craziness that is me, basically. So I'm just going to literally start because I have them all here to the right. There's a bunch, y'all. So this is the Frescobaldi. This is the oil paint glue one. And the colors are just so pretty. I will tell you, it is, I think all of these are no wipe when they cure. So that's the nice thing. Aren't those cute? Those are little, so we've got all different, well, I'll talk about those in a minute, but so the Frescobaldi, the one I just showed you, this is more of a thick kind of almost like a frosting type gel. You have to be careful. Don't put it too thick. So I would definitely say oil paint and glue. I know, right? Seriously. I would definitely say with these, I would do them in layers. So I would do first a base and then I would cure that, then do the next layer. So you can get some of these fun little, that's Lori texting. Sorry, let me turn the phone down. There we go. So like I said, I would do them in layers, but you can get, I don't know if you can you see the little ridges and things like that? So this one is definitely meant to be more like a 3D, like gel type thing. Okay, we have another one that's kind of like that. It's called Lilac Ballet. You know, they are, I will say, I haven't used all of them, obviously, because you're going to see how freaking many of these I have, but they're very fun. They're super pigmented and very thick. So, so the Lilac Ballet, which is this one right here, is also another one that is more like a frosting gel. Now this one I will say is not quite, because with this one, if you make your little points a little too pointy, you will hurt yourself. Like you will, it'll get sharp. This has a little bit more give to it on this one. So that's the Lilac Ballet. Now, this little swatching card did not come with the Lilac Ballet. Anytime I get one that doesn't come with a swatching card, I will make my own swatching card. Like, so for this Poetic Spring Breeze that we're going to do later, like I made my own little swatching card. I just thought it would look pretty, and then I just labeled it. So we are going to do that one later. The next one we have is called Silk Road. So most of these, I will say, I think are Morta. There's Frescobaldi and Morta are the two main ones I have. Is Miss Lori on here? Lori! Hi, sweetie. I saw that you sent me a text message, but I didn't get a chance to read it. I'm sorry. Good morning. How are you? Y'all. Lori has been working on these shelves for me, these nail polish shelves, right? They're 5 feet long. And they're 3 layers, right? So it stair steps up 3 so that I can put like the most incredible amount of nail polishes up on my wall. They're going to be beautiful. She just finished them yesterday. Oh my gosh. I will have to share a picture of them on my community tab because truly they're gorgeous. All righty. So this is the Silk Road. And again, like I said, most of these are Morta or Frescobaldi. I have like 1 or 2 that are not, that I'll show you those as well. So these are definitely more of like darker earthy tones. It's kind of hard, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see on the camera. This is like the darkest one. It looks like it's almost a black. These are like more of a, this is like more of a smoky gray. This is an in-between. These are like, this is kind of a caramel looking color. And then these are a little bit brown. These are both browns, but yeah. No worries on the text. Just, oh, I am. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to have to put these. I'm trying to figure out where the hell to put these to get them out of the way. All right, I'll put them over there. The next one we have is the Candy Glass collection. So these are more of a jelly looking one. It's kind of hard to tell. This is a purpley pink, and this is more of a magenta pink. And this is a very beautiful purple. And that comes in this one right here. Oh, you sugar, you have no idea. You have no, and they've come out with more, but now that I am refusing, I'm not going to pay that kind of money for these. I'm not going to be getting any more. And honestly, I don't need any more. Oh, so what I started to do with these was I would put them on a little chain, and then I got this, right? And I would hang all my swatching cards on. If I could get the chain on there, I'd hang all my swatching cards on there, kind of like that, right? The problem I have now is I have so many that I need another one of these. So yeah, I've got a lot of them. All right, so the next one is called Green Plum, and these are so pretty. Look at that blue. Isn't that gorgeous? Right? Yes, you can. I need something for them. I need something to hang all of them on because I have all these cute little colored chains, and I want to hang all of my swatching cards for my palettes on them. So yes, I need something. Isn't that blue gorgeous? I mean, come on. That is so pretty. These are adorable. All right, so this is the palette right there. This one's a little messy. So I have, as we go through these, you'll see some of them have a little plastic card in here. If they came with a little plastic card that told you how to paint them, I usually use a little cup. You want all in one, or do you want a couple? I probably want 2, you know me. Anyway, I will put the little card on here to kind of keep it cleaner. So that's that one. Now, I'm pretty sure this was one that was lost in translation, y'all. When you see the name, you're going to be like, excuse me? So I'm not sure what they're trying to say with the name of this collection, but it's called the Horny Milk Cafe. Yeah. I don't need, I mean, what? Huh? What? Who named this? Who named this? Horny Milk Cafe. So yeah, it's the Horny Milk Cafe collection. Oh my goodness. Right? So these are definitely super earthy, great for fall. Hi, Emma, welcome. Really, really creamy. These were very, very creamy when I swatched them. All righty. We're not done yet. We're getting there. We're getting there, though, I swear. We'll do this one first. This is a Frescobaldi. This is the Blooming Panella, right? Panelia? I don't know, collection. But look at the colors. Ah! Is that gorgeous or what? I mean, come the hell on. Okay. That is this. So these are those creamy, like kind of flake. It's just beautiful. And it cures. So this is definitely one that cures. It's gorgeous. All right, so that one of my very favorites. Then we've got this one, which is, what's it called again? Oh, how does it not have a name? The Fluorescent Color System, apparently it's called. Look at that. That blue is gorgeous as well. And oh, look at that. That's so pretty. Pretty. This looks more like a periwinkle in person. It doesn't look quite as purpley as it does on camera. And this is the swatching card. I thought it would look cute with these little candies. I have a bunch of these different kinds of swatching card or swatchers. I've got candies, I've got bears, I've got, I mean, God, everything you can think of. Isn't it pretty? It's a very pretty teal. I like that. All right, so we're running out of space. We'll get through them. Move that out. You've seen that one. Okay, so this is a Frescobaldi. It's just the Frescobaldi 8. Super. Just watched. You mentioned about starting new projects before you finish the current one. Yeah, I now have a new project. Redo swatches. All my swatches with these. Right? Aren't they so cute? I have, I'll show you something in a minute. But so yeah, so these are the Frescobaldi 8. And look at those sparkly, gorgeous colors. And these also cure. No wipe. They're beautiful. We're getting through. We're getting through. This is the Flower Half Summer collection by Morta. I don't know. Again, I don't know who names these things. I just buy them. Oh. There we go. Sorry about that. So I will tell you, you're going to start noticing that some of these look slightly alike, like they have some of the same shades. I don't care. They're pretty. That's all I have to say. Just kidding. Actually, I went through and they're slightly different. They're not exactly the same, slightly different. This annoyed me to no end. Why would you put a damn sticker on top of this? I mean, look at, it would have been so pretty, but now there's a stupid effing sticker on it. All right, so anyways, this is the Fairy Powder 001 collection. Now, these are not something that cures. I did put them on the black background and then top coated them before I put them down. But these are just like, you can rub them over top of, they're just like a chrome, a thick, flaky chrome type thing. They're really, really fun to play with. And like I said, so that did not come with its own swatching card. So I have some of these black ones that I ordered. They're just like, you know, they're supposed to be for press-ons that you sell. And I use those for anything that doesn't come with a swatching card that would look better on a black background. So if it is a cat eye, or if it's one of these kind of chromes that look really good on a black, so you can really see the colors and they pop. Aren't they? I'm telling you, these things, and they're addictive, because here's the other thing is you'll go on there and they'll be like, hi, you can have this for $6. You want to, okay, I'll zoom in a little bit more. That's the other thing about sugar that's cool about using the camera. I can zoom in. Isn't that amazing? How pretty are those, right? But yeah, they're like $6. They're so cheap. It's crazy. Okay. So these three, I did not use swatchers because they are just cream glitter type of you're very welcome, Miss Stacy. They are like a cream type glitter. So this is Fairy Powder Cream #1. All of those. And like there's a black. If I rub this with my finger right now, it would come off. So we are not going to do that. But you can chrome the top and any color with them. And then that's that one. This is freaking gorgeous. Does that not scream peacock to you? I mean, come on. That just yells peacock. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. And that's this one right here. Let's see if I can get it to do so you can see it's got this gorgeous blue, purple, green reflect. Oh, stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. So that's that one. This is #4. And that is this one. Oh, look at that blue. Have fun, Lori. Can't wait to see what they look like. Lori is working on the most incredible, I won't spoil it for anyone, but the most incredible aquarium nails. That blue is just, yummy. And then, oops, hold on. And then Fairy Powder Cream #5 is this one. And that is this. I have used that. You can tell I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I've used a lot of that. I love that one. It looks amazing on top of like pinks and things like that. Oh, it's just so pretty. Okay. I think that's all of the ones I have pre-swatch that I already did before. But like I said, how like this card is a Born Pretty collection. That is a cat eye collection. And so I just put it on the black paper and then did the cat eye on top of, or on the back of the swatcher and put it on. This one right here, I wish you could see all of the different colors. It's like a freaking rainbow one. There's every color of reflect, I swear, in this one right here. It's stunning. Oops. So, all right. So what I did, first of all, these little swatchers. Let me show you these swatchers. I don't know. Some of you might have remembered. I need some water. Hold on. Just a second. Sorry. Some of you might have remembered a video where I did some swatching, testing out swatchers that my best friend Natasha made me, and they are made out of resin. So what I decided to do, she made a whole crap load more for me. So what I decided to do, hi Lena, welcome. What I decided to do is use those little swatchers that she made me today. So we've got like little bunnies. I don't know if you're able to see it because of the glove. But yeah, there's little bunnies. Let's see if I can get this shine on its little face. So there's little bunny rabbits. We have, this one is a collection of different kind of fruits. So we've got like apples and bananas and cherries on this one. Then we've got a whole bunch of stars. So she made up little stars. I think these are going to be adorable. Then we have kitty cats. Could you see the little kitty face? There we go. A little kitty cat. And then little bears. So I've already divided them out in sets of 9 because every collection is a set of 9, except for the Betsy collection, which is a set of 4. So I picked out 4 flowers for those. Aren't they adorable? They're so cute. I love them. She's Natasha, I will tell you, Natasha is not one who wakes up early, ever, hardly ever. So if she does wake up at a decent time today, she said she would jump on the live and say hi to everybody because I talk about her all the time. But yeah, I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen. I'm just going to move all of these over here out of the way. And then I did test one so you can kind of see. So there's a little orange bunny that I did. Isn't it cute? I will say with these swatchers, I do have to top coat them just because I want them to be super shiny. But look at that. How cute is that? All right, let me move this stuff over here and get it out of the way so I can get to my lamp. I also mentioned in one of, I think it was my last video, that when I'm going to change up how I do videos of me doing my own nails. I'm sure I'm just like everybody else. When you start concentrating on your own nails, it gets to that point where you're not talking at all. And I'm like, wow, that is really titillating. People are going to really want to watch that, you know, nothing happening and just no sound whatsoever and me painting my nails. So what I've decided to do is any of the videos that are going to be me doing my own nails, I'm going to start doing voiceovers, and we're going to go into a little bit more in depth into true crime. So we will be getting a little deeper into some of the cases than we do on the lives. Because on the lives, I'm just want to give you an idea of who these people are, why they are in the news, what they did. I'm not going to get into any gruesome details. We're not going to sit here for like 2 hours and discuss these in depth, anything like that. But I just wanted to let y'all know that if you do want to hear about some true crime that's a little bit more in depth, still not going to get into gruesome details because I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. But we'll get into a lot more detail. All right, I'm going to try this. Tell me if I say this right, because I was practicing. Is it Maraiki? Please tell me. Yes, no, maybe so. Maraiki? Did I get it close? I'm so bad. Yay! Oh my God, it's a miracle. I have been practicing all week. I will tell you that right now. I literally have been practicing because I was like, I need to be able to say this. I can do it. I can do it. But I'll go into a lot more detail and depth on those videos because obviously it takes me, you know, when I'm doing my nails, it'll probably be about an hour. And I'll also ask for suggestions, anyone you might want to hear about. If there is a case you want to hear about. Now, I will tell you, do not suggest an unsolved crime for your girl. My brain cannot do an unsolved crime. I just can't. I have to know who did it. So if you suggest an unsolved crime, I will say thank you very much. I'm sure it was amazing, but that's not one I can do. The reason being, the way my lovely little spicy brain likes to work, women killers. Amen, girlfriend. That's what we're doing today. When I was talking to Stacy, she's like, we need a female serial killer. And I'm like, yeah, baby. Oh my gosh. Snapped. Women Who Kill. Can I just tell you, I freaking love that show. I will I will listen to episodes of Snapped Women Who Kill when I'm at work on my earpods my AirPods, excuse me. And so I'm not actually seeing the show. I'm just freaking listening to it. It's hilarious. It is so funny. All right. But today we are going to talk about one of the craziest cray women serial killers that I've probably ever read about, watched about, learned anything about. If you are in the UK, you may have heard of Joanna Dennehy. I can't even speak now. Joanna Dennehy before, or you may not have. Her crime spree literally lasted 10 days, y'all. What I'm getting ready to tell you about and the craziness that happened, it was 10 days. So, yeah, some of us have plans for such occasions. Stacy, it's all about, oh no, hold on. I just pulled a straw out of my cup. 1 second. Sorry. It's all about using those bones to hex the X, right, Stacy? Inside joke. Anyway, so Joanna Dennehy was one of the very first women to ever be given a full life term in the UK. In the UK, their prison system is a little different. I can't say that I understand it completely. I'm not going to say that at all. But what I will say is someone they'll get life, right? They're going to say, you get life in prison with a minimum of 8 years. And I'm all like, 8 years life in prison, excuse the hell out of me. And after 8 years, like these people will get out. And I'm like, but wait, you're supposed to have life in prison. That doesn't make any sense. But if you get a full life term in the UK, that means your ass ain't ever getting out. You are staying there forever. So we're going to talk about Joanna. She, this all happened back in 2023. She murdered 3 men in the UK, and it came to be known as the Peterborough Ditch Murders. Am I saying that right, Stacy? Peterborough? I apologize if I literally kill any of the names of places in this, because sometimes the way they look and the way they are pronounced, not even close. Pretty much. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure it doesn't exactly sound the right way, but yeah, exactly. Peterborough. So let me tell you what we're going to swatch really quickly, and then we'll get into it. I've been talking about these mochi gels. Then I'll play it for y'all so you can hear it, right? I'm telling you. I've been talking about swatching these mochi gels for a while. When I say y'all are funny, I mean y'all are hilarious. We try. Hey, Miz, how's it going? All right, let's see. Stacy, is it okay to listen to this message on here? Is that okay? I want to make sure before I play it. Okay, let's see if you can all hear this. Let me turn it up. Peterborough. It sounds so much more elegant when you say it. Could you all hear that? Peterborough. It just sounds so much more elegant when she says it than when I do it. I just sound like some clumsy American trying to sound halfway British. Anywho, okay. The mochi gels, I've been talking about wanting to do these mochi gels for a while. And as you can see, I have not swatched them. I haven't used them or swatched them. So we're going to do that today. So excited about these. I got these. So this is a Miss Pink Nail. They do sell this on Amazon. I will tell you, if you go to Miss Pink Nail's website, it is actually... yeah, Stacy doesn't like hearing herself, so I'm not allowed to watch any of her videos and send her a voice message when she's on the TV in the background, because she does not like that. Does not like that at all. So mochi gels, we're going to try to get those done today. Then we've got the Poetic Spring Breeze. We've got the color changing with temperature. These Mortas. The Y2K. This Morta, which is, it doesn't say, it just says Morta Gel on that one. And then this one is a Morta multi-purpose nail polish one. Look at how pretty that one is. Stace, do you have this one? I feel like you have one of these. I feel like Stacy has one of these. I don't know which one. And then also I have this from Betsy that I would like to go ahead and swatch as well. Fairy Bomb. Do I have Fairy Bomb? Maybe I don't have that one. Uh-oh. Oh no, one I don't have. Just kidding. I don't need another one. So let's try to move these out of the way really quickly so we can at least, the only problem with these and my little kitty cat mat I have down is they catch on it. So let me just move them out of the way. I was making sure I had enough of each. Oh crap, I just dropped one. Oh, luckily it's right here. Thank God. That would have been awful. I have more. I don't know why that would have been so awful. Y'all, I will tell you, doing it this way with the camera and having it up on my laptop, so much easier. So much easier. All right, we're going to start with this one. And let me get my tweezers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all on, let's see, these. Now, I think these are going to need to go on the back. 1 second. Let's test out. What should we use for this one? Should we use kitty cats, bears, stars, all different kinds of fruit, bunnies, and then this one is a multi of all the fruits and a flower. What should we use? Cats. All right, that's easy. Kitty cats first. All right. These are the kitties? Yes. I want to see how thick this is first really quick. Oh, no, that's fine. All right, so we're going to do them on the back. Once I do it on the back, I'll top coat the back, take all the dots off, put them down, top coat again, throw it in. Okay, so back in 2013, like I said, there was a 10-day crime spree by our friend Joanna. Now, Joanna, if you were to look at Joanna, and I don't know if anyone has seen her, she has a very distinctive look now, but if you were to see pictures of this woman and what she looked like as a young girl, totally innocent, came from a family where there was like no abuse, nothing like that. So everything was kind of going along fine. Joanna seemed to be, a normal kid. My knees hurt. Besides that, I'm okay. Oh, okay. Joanna seemed to be a normal. I'm going to need a few of these to wipe this off between. So she seemed like a normal kid until she got into her teen years. And all of a sudden, when she became a teenager, she really started rebelling really badly and just being very antisocial, very cruel, not a nice person in general, right? And this is at 12 and 13 years old. This is how she started acting, where everyone was very concerned what was going on. Because again, like I said, she came from a normal family. They said there was no abuse, loving family, other siblings, none of them anything close to our friend Joanna here. And so up until, like I said, she became early teens, and I don't have any idea if this had anything to do with puberty, anything like that. I just know that girlfriend was a happy-go-lucky kid and then was not. And like I said, no, they haven't reported any kind of abuse, nothing like that. So I can't say that, oh, hey, she was abused by this person, and all of a sudden she decided to be a raging bitch and like kill people, right? I can't say anything like that, because there are people out there that I mean, you hear about their stories and some of the things they went through, and you kind of understand how they got to where they are now. I mean, like, Eileen Warnos. Hello. You have definite an idea of how Eileen got to be the way she is. I mean, she was the amount of abuse that woman took. Now, I'm not condoning her being a serial killer. I'm just saying you sort of understand how it happened. Not with Joanna. She was a happy-go-lucky kid, hit the teens, and then started hanging out with what they say is a rough crowd. And her personality very much changed. So if something happened, if there was some sort of abuse, it was never reported. So I can't tell you that's why she decided to do what she did. At 16, she moved out of the house with her boyfriend at the time, who was 21. And her parents, quite upset about this, as you can imagine. Anybody's parents would probably be upset. Although I will say, I've watched a few things over in the UK and England and stuff like that. And they're like, oh yeah, my partner and I, we got together and had our place at 16 and we're having kids young. And I'm all like, dang, that's young. But that's just me. Anyways, this is coming from someone, y'all, I've never had any kids, no desire to have children. Don't get me wrong. I think kids are great. I love kids. Kids are a huge responsibility. And my mom was a single parent and I know how tough it was for us. So that was something that unless I was going to get married and feel like it was like, this is it, I was not going to be doing the whole like kid thing. So that being said, our friend Joanna, like I said, at 16, left her house, moved in with the boyfriend, and by 17 was pregnant. Yeah, that's how they get a council house. What's a council house, Stacy? I don't know what a council house is. That like housing that is provided by the government? We're getting to the differences of understanding. So anyways, while Stacy tells me what a council house is, and I'm sure she will tell me, at 17, she ended up pregnant. Now, our friend Joanna, she wasn't happy about that. It's social housing. Okay, there we go. Yes. She was not happy at all about being pregnant. She was very upset. Wait a minute. What am I doing? I'm such a dork. Y'all, these are no wipe. I've totally spaced on that. I'm just so used to like, you know, freaking putting top coat on everything. Such a dork. All right. So, oh, that's number 3 that goes up here. So it is that there's an indentation. So that's going to be a problem on this card. I don't know if these are going to stick well enough. Nope. I'm going to have to use double dots. Damn it. We're going to have to double dot it. Anyway, she ended up pregnant at 17 and was extremely pissed off about the fact that she got pregnant. Now, the thing that I have to say about that, I want to be like, yo, you didn't know how that happened? We all know there's ways to prevent that. But our friend Joanna, she was, mad at the world for getting pregnant. And I'm like, geez, wonder how that works. But I can't believe I did that. I'm such a dork. An extra step we didn't need. It's like Section 8 housing here. Okay, I got ya. So anyway, pregnant at 17. As soon as she had the baby, she started getting into drugs and drinking like hardcore and also into self-harming. Joanna was a cutter. She started cutting herself really badly. Okay, there we go. The double dots are going to work. So her form of self-harm was she liked to cut herself on her stomach really badly. There's a famous photograph of her, and if you watch anything about her or read anything about her, you will see this photograph. It's like super famous. It shows a picture of her standing, and she's at a motel at the time. She's got a beanie on with this crazy knife, but she's got her shirt lifted up. And she's got a red bra on, right? But she has so many scars crisscrossing her stomach from all of the cutting that she has done. It is like, it's scary. I mean, it truly is. I'm like, damn, I can't imagine that. I mean, I've gone through some stuff in my life. I think we all have, but I've never been into self-harming. It's never been my way of coping because I know that they say that it's a coping mechanism for people. It's never been my way, but hey, I'm just talking about her. Anyway, so she started drinking. She started doing a ridiculous amount of drugs and a lot of self-harming. She was still with her original partner, who she had her first child with. And at the age of, I want to say, how old was she? Sorry, I just want to double check my notes really quick. So, yeah, so at 23, so they were together for a while because she had her first child in 1999 and then she got pregnant again in 2005. So she was, 23 when she had her, 23, 22, depending on when she had her second child with this guy. Now, I will tell you from doing some research about her partner, and what's his name? Let's see. Did I put his name in there? I didn't. I don't think I put his name in there. He's actually been interviewed quite a few times, but she would literally go out drinking all night. She would go pick up men and then come back home the next morning and tell him about her exploits. So that's how they spent that like 5-6 years together. Was Joanna just basically being a shitbag. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I haven't missed anything in the chat. Okay. Well, her partner quite wisely decided that when she started getting much more violent towards him and the children, that it was time to leave. So he took the kids and left for their own safety because she was really starting to lose it badly. Once he left, it got even worse. She was what they call sleeping rough. That's young. I had my first at 27 and it wasn't. Girl, I'm telling you. I'm still thinking. I'm still trying to figure out who the hell I am today, Dulce. Let me tell you. But so she started sleeping rough is what they call it. I guess sleeping rough is a term they use in the UK for being homeless, sleeping on the street, that kind of thing. So Joanna started sleeping rough and just doing everything she could think of. She started doing sex work to pay for her drugs, the addiction she had. So she was doing that. And then she moved to the city of, as we said earlier with Stacy, Peterborough. I totally jacked it up again. Peterborough. I don't know. Anyway, so she moved there. When she moved there, she met a guy named Gary Stretch Richards. Gary was 7 foot, and still is. He's not dead. I made him sound like he's dead. Gary's 7'4", right? Joanna had a way with men where she would flirt and just get men to do whatever she wanted. She had a way with her. I'm not saying she's a wholly unattractive woman. She's not at all, but she's scary looking. If you see pictures of her, you can look at her and you can go, yeah, there's something wrong with this lady. Her eyes, there's just something about them that is just not right. So she moved to Peterborough and she met him. And like I said, she started doing a lot more sex work. Then in 2012, when she was 29 years old, she got arrested for doing sex work. And after being arrested, she was actually committed to a psychiatric hospital because, as you can tell, our friend Joanna has a few issues here. Sorry, I just want to make sure I get that all the way. So she was committed to a psychiatric hospital in 2012 when she was, like I said, 29. And she was diagnosed, let me give you her correct diagnosis, antisocial disorder with obsessive compulsive disorder. So that's what she was diagnosed with. She was basically a raging bitch to everyone when she was in. The things that she would do, she would basically torture the other patients. And finally, she got out, right? This is in 2012. Now, she goes back, still doing the sex work, and she meets a gentleman from Poland. I am going to mutilate his name. I apologize in advance, okay? I'm just letting you know. But his first name is Lukas. So it's Lukaszz. This is the name that I'm worried about. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm getting ready to do this. I'm trying, right? Slabaus. Okay, wait a minute. Slabowski. I can't even tell you. It's SlabausZewski. We're going to call him Lukas, okay? Because the fact that I was even slightly close getting those words out, a miracle. So she met him. He had come here from Poland. He was looking for work. He had not been here very long when he met our friend Joanna. And she and he exchanged phone numbers. And once they did that, 2 days later, he started getting text messages from her, sexually explicit text messages from our friend Joanna. What's next? The dark green. Oh, the dark green. Okay. Wait a minute. Now I'm like doubting myself which one is which. This one is this one. Okay. Anyway, 2 days after they meet, he starts getting sexually explicit text messages from her. And she's like, listen, I need you to come over, blah, blah, blah. She tries to convince him that they're like, star-crossed lover type bullshit. And he starts to tell his friends that, hey, he's got this new girlfriend in the UK and decides to go over and hang out, right? My head, I was kind of like, yeah. Oh my gosh, I love cruises. I love them because they treat you and like royalty and you get so spoiled. Then you come home and you're like, what? Hold on. My bed's not turned down. I don't have chocolates on my pillow. What the hell? Anyway, sorry about that. Get off of me. Sorry, I have this red dot that will just not get off me. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. You can say the third. Yeah, I'm horrible with names. I really am. It's awful, y'all. I try, but I'm bad. And I'm just letting you know that now. If I butcher anyone's name, like I said, Mariki, whose name I practiced for a freaking week because I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be able to say this. That is something I struggle with and I need to do better. I know that, but I'm just not great with it. So she meets him. He decides to go over after 2 days of getting these messages from her. And in the meantime, all along, Joanna's planning to kill him. She doesn't want to do anything. She's like, maybe she'll have sex with him and then kill him. But it's all about, she just wants to kill somebody. And this is going to be her first victim. So he shows up there thinking, hey, all right, I'm going to get a little something here from my new English girlfriend. And Joanna proceeds to stab him through the heart with like a 12-inch blade. So that did not go well. I sort of pronounce it for real language. In Polish, SC is like the S. Oh, girl. I appreciate that, but I'm just like so bad. I'm just so bad. I so appreciate that. I'm going to have to pay more attention to that later, but oh God, I'm awful. And I know that. Anyway, she stabs him in the heart and proceeds to put his body in a dumpster. So that is the first death. So our 10 days has officially started. Yeah, through the heart. Oh, girl. Here's the thing. It's not even like she snapped. When they talk to her and interview her and psychologists talk to her later, she's just like, yeah, I wanted to kill people. I wanted to see what it was like. She only wanted to kill men. She didn't want to kill women because they might be mothers. I was like, okay. So she only wanted to kill men, no women. But yeah, she just wanted to see what it was like to kill people. And once she did the first one, she realized she liked it. Hold on. The office. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah, our 10 days has officially started. Our friend Lucas, or however you pronounce his name, I know I'm destroying it. I'm so sorry. Is her first victim, stabs him through the heart, and puts his body in a dumpster. In the meantime, she decides to call up Stretch and be like, oops, I did something. I need your help. So our friend Stretch, our 7'4" friend Stretch, helps her get the body out of the house and put it in the dumpster. And then, because she thinks it's going to make her look cool in the eyes of her group of people that she's hanging out with, which are like 14, 15, 16-year-old people, she shows them this dead body in the dumpster. And she's like, hey, isn't this cool? So, yeah, our friend Joanna, she's a little cray-cray, right? A little cray-cray. So, we started our 10 days. For 10 days, Joanna does nothing, right? She does nothing. She has a body in the dumpster. She has not gotten rid of his body. It is still in the dumpster. But it's for like the next 9 days, girlfriend's just kind of like, just still excited and high off of her, her initial kill. So we get to 10 days. Remember I said this whole thing is 10 days? We started our 10 days. We are on day 10 now, right? So we didn't do anything for 9 days after killing people for the first, like killing our friend Lucas. Well, on day 10, she has been staying at this house with these two guys. One of them is a ex-military person. He's 56 and he is an alcoholic. He has a horrible drinking problem now. Joanna said that she was in the tub taking a bath. She did it for the crowd. She's in the tub taking a bath and the door was cracked and she saw him peeking in, she said, right? So she decided right then and there she was going to kill him. His name was John Chapman. He was 56. And that night, as John was drinking himself into oblivion and she was watching him drink himself into oblivion on the couch, she was plotting the whole time to kill him. Yard work? Oh yeah, someone come do mine too, so I don't have to pay for it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Actually, it's a beautiful day. I wouldn't mind doing yard work today. So he's been drinking himself into oblivion. Joanna's been watching the whole time plotting. And once she decides he is drunk enough, she proceeds to pull out this gigantic knife of hers, her favorite knife, mind you, that she carries with her, and stabs him in the neck and the chest and kills him. Well, you know what she does, right? She calls up her buddy and goes, oops, I did it again. Her and Brittany are like losing their shit left and right. So she calls up Stretch and says, hey, oops, I've done this again. I need your help to dispose of the bodies. And Stretch is like, of course, because I love you. You're the most amazing thing since sliced bread. Did I put that in the wrong order? No, I put these in here in the wrong order. So I put that on in the wrong order. One moment, please. Stuff like this will drive me crazy. And since these come out so easily, we need to switch them. Hold on. Let's see. Let's try not to make a mess doing this. So she calls up Stretch and says, oops, I did it again. I need your help getting rid of the body. Now, in the meantime, before Stretch gets there, the landlord of the house that she lives in, right? His name is, let me give you his name so we get it correctly. Kevin Lee is the landlord of the house that she lives in with these two guys. And she's been sleeping with our friend Kevin and calls him up and says, hey, you know what? You need to come over. And the reason Kevin likes Joanna so much is because he and Joanna, let's just put it this way. The things he gets to do with Joanna, he doesn't get to do at home. The things he does with her and they do together. Yeah, it is a little out there. Let's just put it that way. And so she calls up Kevin and she's like, hey, come on over. Yeah, because Joanna is on a high from killing, right? So she's just murdered somebody. She's all on a total high from doing that. And she invites Kevin over because she's going to kill him. And she proceeds. Did I put those in the wrong order again? No, I think they're in the right order. That is just annoying how I did that. That's this one. Okay. And so Kevin comes over and she convinces him. So this is the first one. We're going to top coat this really quickly, put it in the lamp, and we'll get started on the second one. So let's close that. So Kevin comes over and she convinces Kevin that it would be a great idea if he puts on a woman's black sparkly dress, right? And apparently he thought it was a great idea too, because he does it. And once he gets the dress on, Joanna proceeds to stab him in the chest and kill him. So she's already called up Stretch once, mind you, today, right? So Joanna has started her day with killing one person, calling up Stretch, saying, oops, I did it again. And before Stretch can get there, Joanna has, oops, I've done it again, right? So 2 people, 1 day. One was the guy she was having the affair with, the landlord who she's been sleeping with, mind you, the whole time she's been living there. And she said the whole time she was sleeping with him, every time she had sex with him, she had to decide, do I want to have sex or do I want to murder him? I'm like, what? Huh? Okay. Anyway. So Stretch gets there, and now not only is there a body in the dumpster and the body he's coming over for, but now there's a third body. In the time she called him to come help with the second body, she gets somebody else over there and kills him. You know, peeps, if your friends call you up with any kind of stories like this, the answer is no. No, 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 no. Gotta go. You got the wrong damn number. So Stretch shows up, and now there are 3 bodies. And the other roommate, whose name is, let me make sure I get his name correctly, Leslie Layton. So that's the other roommate that she's living with, right? So she's killed John, the one that was the former military gentleman. She killed him. Well, Leslie is so damn scared of her that she's like, yeah, you need to help us get rid of these bodies. And Leslie's like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, uh-huh. They proceed to take, now mind you, they did not take 3 bodies. They only took 2, which there's 3, right? 1 into the dumpster and 2 new ones. The one in the dumpster just leaves there, and it eventually gets taken away and by the garbage, like trash. It gets taken away into the trash, and we never ever find that one. The other 2 now, oh yeah, oh girl, it gets better. It gets even better. There are so many shows. I will tell you, YouTube, there's so many different documentaries on her. She's crazy. She is truly fucking crazy. This one, I think. So this one, we're not going to do the back side. We're actually going to do the front side of whatever we choose, whichever one. So I'm thinking we might want to use the stars on these because this has got some grit to it. Stacey, is this the one you have? I feel like this is the one Stacey has. I swear, I think she has this one. So we're going to put this on the front side of the swatchers. So being that, I think we're going to use the stars because I think it'll be easier with the stars. And we won't have to worry about, I can put all the stars on our card, put it on, and then cure it. I love true crime. I'm not even kidding you. I am obsessed with true crime. The thing I'm obsessed with now, so here we have them all top coated. Look how cute. I got a little top coat on my card, damn it. My other one is Sunset Concert. Oh, you don't have, I thought you had that one. Anyways, so here's our first one. Very, very cute. We'll put that to the left. Okay, so they take the two bodies, her, Stretch, and our friend Leslie, and they decide that they are going to dump these bodies in the ditch, in a ditch to dispose of them. Now, mind you, they don't do any like, oh, hey, I'm going to like, cover the bodies up, anything like that. No, they just decide they're just going to go dump them in a ditch. And I want to make sure I say, do I have in there where they did it? They basically went out of town, like just outside of the town. Find a way that you already swatched that looks like, oh, that's the one she has. Okay. Anyway, so they went outside of town, like maybe 10, 15 minutes. It was not that far. And just took these two bodies and dumped them into a ditch. Now, with John's body, they just dumped it there. They didn't do anything to John's body. I cannot say the same for our friend Kevin. Kevin already now remember, Kevin has a black sequin dress on, a woman's black sequin dress on when she killed him. And that is what they find Kevin in. Kevin is naked from the waist down, and they actually end up posing the poor man's body where, how do I want to say this? Ass up for everyone to see, basically, is how they find Kevin. And the thing is, they pretty much had a damn good idea that Joanna was at least involved. Is that one going to stick on there? Is it? Oh, they stick. Nice. That Joanna was at least involved in this, because what they did was the police went back to the properties that Kevin was the landlord for and started to interview the people that live there. Hey, have you seen anything? Well, when Joanna finds this out, oh, that one's not going to stick. Oh, I think I'm going to have to double do these. Yep, I'm going to have to put them double. I was hoping they were going to stick, dang it. So when the police show up to interview the people that live in these houses that he is the landlord for, Joanna and Stretch decide to go on the run. And they are only on the run for 2 days because, first of all, they are quite noticeable. He's 7'4". How do you walk around a town being 7'4" and try to be incognito? I mean, are you going to walk around on your knees? Hello. So they're actually caught after 2 days and taken to the police department. And there is a very famous video that if anyone wants to watch it, it is on YouTube, of them booking Joanna. And oh, look, I didn't even realize that. I'm such a dork. I could have done the card either color, yellow or blue. I never even noticed that. Huh, interesting. Anyway, there's an extremely famous video of her being booked into custody, and she is flirting so hard with all the male guards and the male police officers. They literally look uncomfortable. Like one of them says to her, she says something about how she looks or something like that. And the guy says something to her and she's like, oh, thanks you. That makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so sexy. And I'm all like, this bitch is being, oh, wait, I totally forgot something. I had to tell y'all something. I missed something rather important before they decided to go on the lam, as they say. So as they were heading back into town, Joanna had an ultimate plan, right? Her ultimate goal all along, she said, is that she wanted to kill 10 men. So she wanted to kill 10 men. Her and Stretch wanted to kill 10 men. And they wanted to be like Bonnie and Clyde. Well, they were headed back into town after dumping the two bodies and saw this gentleman. The first one's name was John Rogers. He was walking his dog. They pull up in the car next to him. She jumps out of her car with her gigantor knife and runs up to him and stabs him. Now, she doesn't know this person. She has no idea who he is. And this dude is just out walking his dog. Uh-oh. Let's get that out of there. He's just out walking his dog. And Joanna runs up and stabs him. He gets stabbed once in the shoulder and once in the chest. In the meantime, jumps back in the car, drives a little farther, sees another guy walking his dog, gets out and stabs this guy whose name was, let me give you his name correctly, Robin Bereza, I think it is. Yeah, she stabs him 40 times. He's just out walking his dog. Hey, I'm going to go walk the dog. He gets stabbed 40 times by this woman. She is in such a frenzy now. It's insane. Thankfully, there was someone that saw it happen and they were able to provide very quick medical attention for the guy, right? You're just going to take your damn dog for a walk and some chick freaking loses her shit and stabs you 40 times. Anyways, both of these gentlemen thankfully lived and were able to identify Joanna and testify against her in court, right? This lady, that's what I'm telling you, y'all. This is a 10-day span where this chick just like, what? So they go on the lam. They get arrested after 2 days. And then, like I said, she starts flirting with the booking police. Well, while she's waiting in jail, right, to go on trial, they are searching her jail cell one day. And lo and behold, they find in Joanna's jail cell her diary, right? And in her diary, Joanna has written down a plan that she has to escape, right? And how she wants to escape? She wants to cut off a guard's fingers and use their fingerprints to escape the prison. I'm like, what? So she's waiting to go on trial for these 3 murders, right? And is like, hey, I think I'm going to escape. And instead of keeping that to myself, I'm going to write it down in my diary. Pardon? Well, needless to say, she did not escape. And I'm wondering, I think I'm going to use a dotting tool on these because I think it'll just be easier. We'll just use this big fat dotting tool on these. Come on, you're going to work. Stay down. Ah! I just broke my dotting tool. I was just too damn rough on it. All right. We won't be using that. We'll be using a regular dotting tool. One moment, please. I grab a regular dotting tool. I thought that one was going to work. Damn it. All right. So Joanna's waiting on trial. It's been 2 years. She finally goes on trial after 2 years, gets to the first day of the trial and looks around the room and says, yeah, I'm going to plead guilty. So for 2 years, she went through the whole like, oh yeah, there's going to be a trial. I think I'm just going to kind of do these in a little swirl on our star. No, well, maybe. It was like, am I going to be able to like cover the star well enough? Yeah, I think we can. All right. But again, this is another one of those. This is kind of, it reminds me of gypsum glue or the gypsum gel. If you've used any of that, that's what this reminds me of. So yeah, first day of trial, she decides she's just going to go ahead and plead guilty. And the judge is like, her. Now, mind you, Everyone is like, what? She didn't tell a single soul. She didn't tell any of her lawyers, nothing. She just showed up there that first day and said, yeah, I'm guilty. Let's get on with this shit, right? So the judge was like, well, I don't know. Are you sure? So they decide to do a psychiatric workup, and they let her plead guilty, and she gets a full life term. So Joanna is in prison. She will never get out of prison. Now, mind you, is Joanna's story over once she's in prison? What do you think, y'all? Do you think her story's over? Hell no, it's not over. This woman is batshit effing crazy. She keeps meeting men that she starts these relationships with, where she's writing these letters to convince them that, oh my God, she loves them, all of that. Then she says that she has fallen in love with her cellmate, whose name is, let me give you the right name on this woman, Haley Palmer. So apparently Haley Palmer is her cellmate. And let's see, what prison did we end up in? Have we gone to that prison yet? Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm telling you the right prison. Okay, yeah. So she gets sent to Low Newton prison, wherever that is. No clue where Low Newton prison is. But when she gets there, apparently she falls madly in love with her cellmate, right? And they want to get married. Well, thankfully, her cellmate's family intervenes and convinces that this Haley, not a good idea. It's just not safe to marry a serial killer. Well, she might have agreed not to marry her, but they decided that they were going to do a suicide pact. Well, needless to say, it didn't work. They're still alive. Woo! Oh, what are the odds? Oh, I did get a little on there. But that's not the only thing. I don't know if any of you, and I'm sure some of you, I know some of you, absolutely know, some of you have heard of Rose West. Rose West is very, very famous serial killer in the UK. And she was also housed at the same prison. You notice I say was, because Joanna decided that she wanted to try to kill Rose. So here is Joanna Dennehy has decided that she wants to kill Rose West. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So they decide for Rose's safety to move her to a different prison. So for this serial killer's safety, we need to move you because this other serial killer wants to kill this serial killer. Have we seen Dexter? Anyway, they move Rose to a new prison, and Joanna is still there. She is in the same cell block, which is kind of interesting, as Lucy Letby, who, if you are in the UK, you may have heard of as well. She was a nurse. Did I not put enough of these on here? No, I did. I just missed one. For some reason, I decided to put green down there instead of up there. What? Why? Why did I do that? Because you know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to try to move these stupid stars. I'm going to wait till it's all cured, though, to try to move it. What a dork I am. But anyways, let me say her name correctly. Lucy Letby was a nurse who killed 7 infants while they were in her care at one of the hospitals that she worked at. So yeah, real fun people that are at this maximum security prison where Joanna will live out her days. Unless, of course, she decides to, I don't know, threaten another serial killer and move them somewhere else. Hi, Exotica. How's it going, hon? I am just gabbing away. I was trying to keep this to 90 minutes, but I'm literally only on my second palette. So we will probably only do like this one and then chat a little bit more. And then I'll do some more palettes another day. because I have a lot of stuff. Like I said, I wanted to get done. Sugar's going live at least my time. It's 12:11, and I want to be able to be on that. I'm excited about that. So I have so much to do. So we're going to finish this palette up and just chat a bit. And then in 2 weeks, we will be doing our live nail roulette. I'm so excited about that. I told Stacy I'm went on Amazon and I found one of those little like toy roulette kind of wheels that you use for like games and stuff like that. I literally want to order it. I think it would be so dang cute. So yeah, that's the story of our friend Joanna Dennehy. So she was batshit crazy. 10 days, killed 3 men, and stabbed 2 others just because she wanted to. Whew, that is more than snapped. This chick, they say when you speak to her that she's like, she doesn't have any kind of empathy, nothing like that. Like there's no, like she, now wait, I take it back. She does like animals. She has a thing for dogs because the one guy that she stabbed, she stole his dog. I forgot to tell you all that. I'm doing great, sweetie. Just going through and swatching all my crazy palettes because I'm addicted to these damn little palettes. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, one of the people she stabbed, she stole his dog. They got the dog back. Nothing happened to the dog. Can I tell you the first time I watched anything about her, right? And they talked about that. I think I was watching with my mom because my mom became very, very concerned about the dog. She wasn't worried about the people. She just wanted to make sure the dogs were okay. Yeah, but yes, they were fine. But yeah, she was she's a doozy, all right. For our next one, I have no idea who I want to do. I was telling Stacy that the first true crime one we did, right? Oh, I'm the same way. I'm so okay. So if it's a show like where the dog gets hurt or the dog dies or any animals, right? I am not watching it. You can go kill the whole damn family, but don't hurt the pet. I mean, come on. I'm so like that too. I am, yeah. Because here's the thing. My attitude is this, right? They're innocent. Pets are innocent. They anything that they're into, somebody has put them into that, brought them into that situation. So, but yeah, I'm like, I could care less about the people, but damn, don't hurt the animals. Once this is cured, before I put it away, I will have to put these stars all in the right order because that'll drive me batshit crazy. I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did this the way I did this. I swear to God. Oh my God, my brain must not be like up for it today. I swear. Does anyone have someone that they would like me to do next? I will say I'm very much into like true crime from outside the US because I've watched a lot of the stuff that's here in the US. Now, for people outside the US, that might be interesting, but I'm all into like anything that happens in the UK, Australia. Oh, y'all, there's this woman in Australia. Oh, it's gnarly. It's so gnarly. Oh, sorry, I need a little water there. Does anyone have someone that they would like me to do though? Or any particular kind? I try to stay away from, I'll be honest, I don't feel like I want to talk about ones where the victims are children. So I try to stay away from those. We're good on that. All right, hold on. Caught him because he was, oh my gosh. There's a show about it on Netflix. The dude who they caught him because he was hurting cats. I can't remember who it was though, but yeah. Yes. Don't mess with the cats. And here's the thing, man. I think that's kind of people in our day and age sort of forget that the internet's out there. They will. There are people out there who will sit all day long and just like go down the internet hole and they find all kinds of crazy shit. They will find your asses. I'm just saying. Oh my gosh, my throat is so sore. When you all do, like, for the people who do go live, does your throat get sore after you do your lives? I feel like I don't want to talk for like the next hour. And for me, with how much of a chatty Cathy I am, boy, oh boy, that's saying a lot. I wish you could see these under the lamp. So my lamp doesn't have a purple or a blue light. My lamp's light is pink on the inside. So all of these under that pink light just look so cool. All right, here they are. Look at that. So now I have 3 of these officially. And again, not sticky. This is more, like I said, much more like a gypsum gel. They're so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I get a sore. I don't know. Like the last time it happened too. Maybe it's just because I'm talking so damn much. But it is coming up on 11 o'clock, which was, like I said, I wanted to do 90 minutes. I had a feeling I was being ambitious trying to say that I was going to swatch 8 of these things today. But well, that's awful. There's some horrible people out there. That is one thing. True crime makes me realize that there are some. I was telling Stacy how huge my font is. These are just like my bullet points that I can speak to in case I forget anything. So I like to go through and like type it all out because for me, if I type stuff out, I am able to remember it more. So thank you, Dulce. Oh, sorry. Oh, but I started a story and I didn't finish it. The very first true crime I did, I told you all about the Brides and the Bath Murderers, right? And the other one I gave you a choice of. Well, there were 2 others, but one of the other ones was the acid bath murderer. And I think I may have told you the reason I wanted to do the acid bath murderer at one point is because there's actually something that relates to what all of we do, right? There's something in that story that is actually tied to everything here on my table and everything I like to do. I told Stacy about it, and it was funny because I remember when I first watched it, I was like, "Excuse me?" I had to rewind because and I'll just tell you now because we can get into doing him one time if you want. But the gentleman they called the acid bath murderer, his very last victim was a very rich widow who had a fabulous idea that she was hoping that she could get someone to help her with. And she was looking for an engineer to help her with this great idea she had. Just take a random guess. What do you think her idea could have possibly been that relates to what we like to do here? I would do the Jeopardy theme song, but like I said, my throat hurts. All right, I'll give you one more second in case anyone wants to take a guess. Stacy knows, so don't ruin it, Miss Stacy. You can ruin it if you want to. I don't care, actually. Okay, so his very last victim, the rich widower, her idea that she came up with that unfortunately she was not able to pursue, she had an idea for artificial fingernails. How friggin' hilarious is that? So the last person it's not hilarious that he killed her, but that here it is, true life or true crime, and it has something that ties into what we like to do. Oh gosh, there's a shit ton of them on the East Coast. There's that one guy that they just arrested him. What is it? God, what's his name? But he's been killing women for a while, and they've been finding their bodies on the beach. Oh, I'm trying to think of what his name is. Oh Lord. But they just literally just arrested him, probably, I think it was last year. Oh, yeah, there's the Gigolo killer. That's a good one. There's a lot. We have well, the scary part is how many active serial killers there are currently in the world. That's the part that's really scary. And how prolific some of them are that you may have never, ever heard of. Like the most prolific serial killer in the United States, I literally had never heard of the guy, never seen him before, ever. It's a black dude, which right there is not the norm. Most serial killers, I will tell you, are white men. So there are very, very few female serial killers and very few African American serial killers. Most serial killers are white men. Ugh. All right, everyone. It is 11:03. I so appreciate you hanging out with me. If you have any suggestions for people you would like to hear about, I love learning about new serial killers. I know it sounds odd, but I'm all into the true crime. I love learning about new stuff. Yes. Oh, girl, the East Coast. Let me tell you, there are some things I will be honest. In all of the stuff that I've watched with true crime, anything like that, there is one thing I will say for the most part. It's not always true, but for the most part is very true. They try to take the easiest way to do something, right? So they will try to put as little effort out as possible to get to that end result for them. So I have noticed if you have dogs, even if it's not a big dog, a barky dog, anything like that, people are less apt to come into your home and bother you if you have a dog. I am not a person who does firearms. I know some people are. If you choose to, that is your own decision. But I have a dog that I'm pretty sure would rip your ass off if you tried to come into my house. And even if you didn't get into the house, he sounds so vicious when he does his crazy bark that it has scared the shit out of people. So with that, I try to tell people, get a dog. Not only are they good for you emotionally, psychologically, they might save your life someday. All right. With that, that's my one, my parting piece of knowledge. Get a dog. Get a dog. Yeah, but you got a dog, Stacy. Here's the question. Will Poppy save you? Will she bark her head off at a stranger? That's what you need. You need the noise. I have an alarm and a dog. My dog is what I honestly think keeps more people away. So, all right, everyone, you have an amazing Saturday. See, then we need to get Poppy a recording of like barking so she can wear it around her neck when people show up, like a little record or a little recorder, anything, something like that. Have a great, amazing Saturday. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you all liked it. Next time, I won't be as ambitious with all of the stuff I want to swatch so that hopefully we can get through it. But basically, it just means we have to swatch these on another Saturday. So they're still there. Have an amazing day. I love y'all. Bye. Mwah.